What's going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and let's break down the New York Knicks victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. The Knicks are back in the win column after snapping their 9-game winning streak to the LA Lakers on Saturday night. The Knicks take care of business at home against the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, there is something bad that we have to talk about. As you all know, Jalen Brunson tweaked his ankle in the fourth quarter and seemed to be suffering a sprained ankle. Now, we don't know the extent of the injury. We don't know how long he'll be out, but he did not return. And the Knicks were able to win this game. Now, the Knicks were dominating literally all game long. All of a sudden, the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Grizzlies go on an 18-1 run, which forced Tom Thibodeau to keep the starters in the game to prevent a collapse. And then Jalen Brunson tweaks his ankle. It was a really ridiculous sequence where all of a sudden Knicks fans getting into the fourth quarter are on cloud nine. Okay, let's bench the starters. Let's get the bench unit in there and just have a stress-free game. And then the Grizzlies just woke up. They kept hitting threes. The Knicks were not able to hit their shots, and then Brunson tweaked his ankle. It's like, what's going on? This game was great. We got to see the Knicks just blow out a bad Memphis Grizzlies team for 3 quarters, and then that happened. So definitely some frustrating things here, but the reality is the Knicks got a W. Donte DiVincenzo steps up yet again with 32 points, 5 boards, 5 dimes, 3 steals, and a block. As usual, Donte is doing his thing since the injuries to Julius Randle and OG Anunoby, stepping in as the secondary primary scorer next to Jalen Brunson. Brunson, in the 31 minutes he played before we got injured, he put up 27 points and 8 dimes and 3 steals. Precious Achiuwa, 40 minutes, 17 points for Precious Achiuwa, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Isaiah Hartenstein flooding the stat sheet as usual with 17, 8, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals, ridiculous stuff. And then Josh Hart got a double-double. He also is dealing with some type of injury. I saw somebody, I think Deuce McBride, went into his knee. He played for the rest of the game, but definitely something to keep in mind. So definitely sound off in the comments, folks. Let me know how you feel right now. Obviously, we're all thinking the same thing, hoping that Jalen Brunson is okay. So sound off in the comments. Let me know your overall thoughts about tonight's game. And don't forget to hit the like button. Really does help out the channel a ton. And subscribe to Knicks Media if you're new. Now, the other thing, regarding the injuries, luckily for the Knicks, the AllStar Break is right around the corner. And not only are we suffering an injury to Jalen Brunson now, but obviously OG Anunoby, we're still waiting for him to come back. Quentin Grimes, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. We got an update from Tom Thibodeau before the game tonight that the Knicks are expecting Mitchell Robinson to resume basketball activities after the All-Star break, which is great news for Mitchell Robinson. But I feel like, I'm no doctor, but usually a mild sprain, which I'm hopeful it's going to be, something very mild for Jalen Brunson. He'll be, on a sideline for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not a doctor again, but the All-Star break is in the Knicks' favor here. But that's also whack. I want to see Jalen Brunson in the All-Star game and be in the three-point contest. So let's hope that it's just a minor tweak and he's back and he'll be healed up quickly. But at the end of the day, injuries are part of the game. And I'm going to say this, and I might ruffle some feathers, if you will, to some Knicks fans. I'm seeing some Knicks fans blaming Tom Thibodeau for Jalen Brunson going down, and I could not disagree more. Listen, I know that when something like this happens, it's easy to blame, especially Tom Thibodeau, who's known to play his players and crucial, overplaying his players. But the Knicks were down up 9 points rather, and Jalen Brunson was in the game in the fourth quarter. I mean, yes, you could say, why did they squander the lead? Why did the Knicks let the Grizzlies go on a 19-1 run? They should have never been in the game in the first place. But you can't blame Tom Thibodeau for having Jalen Brunson in the game in a tight 9-point contest, right? I'm not someone that's blaming Tom Thibodeau for Jalen Brunson getting hurt. That's just not me. I mean, there's enough blame to go around for Tom Thibodeau for what he does outside of that, running his players into the ground and playing his guys too many minutes, not benching them in the fourth quarter when we have a big lead. I get that, but this is not the time to do that, in my opinion, but that's just my thoughts of that. Now, the good news is Donte DiVincenzo kind of saved this game, because even when Jalen Brunson went down, the Knicks had to go win that game without Jalen Brunson, and the Grizzlies cut it to 4 points. The Grizzlies came all the way back and cut it to a 4-point game, and all of the momentum was on Memphis late in the fourth quarter. And then luckily for the Knicks, Donte DiVincenzo hits a timely 3 to put the Knicks up by 7. And then the Knicks got a defensive stop. They got a steal, and they go down the court. They get 2 points to extend their lead to 9 points, and they get the win at the end of the day. Now, if we lost this game with Jalen Brunson going down and nobody was able to step up like Dante did, we'd be miserable right now. But luckily, they were able to get the W. We're 33-18, and we are heading into, 3 more games remaining before the AllStar break. Hopefully, we can get OG or Grimes back sooner rather than later, and hopefully there's good news surrounding Jalen Brunson's ankle, obviously, because he is the head of the snake, he's the leader, he's the superstar, he's the all-star, he is the guy of this Knicks team that is spearheading us into new heights that we haven't seen from this Knicks team in quite some time. So definitely thinking about Jalen Brunson, but you also got to give a huge shout out to not only Dante DiVincenzo, all the other Knicks players that stepped up in this game. And listen, we're going up against the Memphis Grizzlies, who are like, we talk about injuries. They have everybody on their team is injured. Literally everybody. So it was also cool to see Derrick Rose back at the Garden, by the way. Always love to see him play basketball. But listen, it was a victory against one of the worst teams in the NBA. We were blowing them out all game long. We allowed them to score 39 points in the fourth quarter. That needs to be fixed here. I get all that. It's not all, roses and happy vibes after this W because of the injury to Brunson and how we were able to collapse that lead and almost lost at the end. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. Let's heal up. And we got the trade deadline this Thursday. Will this injury to Brunson make Leon Rose even be more aggressive to go get a trade and go get bench help for this New York Knicks team? Or will the Knicks stay pat? Leon Rose, you're on the clock because the trade deadline is Thursday at 3 p.m. EST. The next game we play is going to be after the deadline. So the next game is Thursday night against the Dallas Mavericks. And by then, we're going to know if the Knicks made a trade or not. So the question is, are the Knicks going to make a trade? If they do, who will it be for? Let me know in the comment section right now, guys. Who do you want the Knicks to trade for? Because there's like 12 or 13 different names that's been linked to the New York Knicks all season long leading up to the trade deadline. So let me know in the comments how you think about this game and who you want the Knicks to go out there and trade for or not trade for. Hit the like button, folks. Let's go, Knicks. Another W. Let's stack it up. Let's go on another win streak into the All-Star break. And let's hope Jalen Brunson is okay. Hope you guys all have a fantastic night. Your boy's out. Let's go, Knicks. Peace.